Hey guys, this is Ami Simone and this is my inspirational story time. This video I am going to be talking to you guys about some pretty deep things, a little bit like of an inspirational video that I find will be uplifting. Okay, so I really want everyone to ask themselves, are you living your best life? Are you happy? Do you see your life going in the direction that you want it to go? Are you excited for your future? Are you working hard to make sure that your future is secured the way that you want it to be secured? So the reason why I'm talking about this is because I find this is very important in everyone's life, and as a YouTuber I want to use my platform and talk to anyone and everyone about living your best life and being like who you really want to be and being happy with yourself first. Are you letting other people get inside your head and have influences on you that isn't exactly making your path the right path, if that makes any sense? This is mainly about taking time for yourself, making sure that you are ready for what is to come. I'm not like a genie. I'm not going to be telling you guys exactly what your life is going to hold in the future, and like I'm not being a crystal ball, none of that, but I do want to be an influence and just share some of my knowledge and my experiences with you guys. So basically last year I did like a little bit of an experiment where I personally just kind of cut off a lot of people in my life that I just felt like weren't like bringing me to the places that I really should be, or like weren't spending the same energy. Like we didn't have the same energy. Like we were basically like people that basically are focusing on things that don't mean anything at the end of the day. Like I hate drama, so people that are like warped and so into it, I cannot stand one bit. So I was getting rid of people that I just felt weren't for me at that time. So I took that time for myself. During this time I figured that this is really what's best for me. So basically I'm a college student, and I lived by myself in an apartment last year, and it was a great experience just having that own personal space for yourself. And especially during this journey I found it to be very, very essential. I made sure that my space was full of positive energy, of things that I mainly focused on, things that I had interest in. I think especially for any college students, having your space be that peaceful for yourself is really important for you to just grow as a person, because having those influencers are going to change your mindset and, you know, understand that this is where I want to be. So I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna look at this person and look at this quote and know that that's, at the end of the day, this is where I'm trying to head. So when you do cut people off out of your life, it's very, very interesting, because you find yourself trying to figure out like, why did I do this? Like sometimes like you'll have doubts, and sometimes you're like literally not exactly sure why you're doing this, but at the end of the day I promise you it's for the better. Like you honestly do not need people in your life that aren't bringing you anything, even if it's because like going out with them is always a blast. Like okay, then you have people that you have for specifically going out, but throughout your day, throughout the times that you are trying to be productive, you do not need those people around you, because they are not in the same mindset as you. They're not focusing the same way as you. They're not on the same page. So yes, during that time period it is very important for you to just find things that you enjoy, because it's going to make you a happier person and make this process a little bit easier. This process honestly can be depressing, because you're trying to figure out like, wow, like I have so much alone time, like I don't really know like what to do, because you were just focused on doing other things with other people, or those other people were doing other things in your life that, you know, was taking up time and just a lot of energy. So during this time period, honestly, it is very, like, you figure out that you have so much time in a day, like you have so much to do, but it's all for the better, because now you learn to use that time and you learn to incorporate things during those times that are only going to benefit you, whether that's going to the gym, writing songs, writing music, drawing, doing anything that you favor is making this a better process for you. So it is very essential to take that time and use it wisely. Time is limited and we really take that for granted. We do not understand that we do not have forever. We literally do not even know when our last day, our last hour, our last minute is going to be. So we need to use this time to the fullest, if that makes any sense. So yes, and during this time I found that I was actually growing and maturing, because at the end of the day I did have my own place, so it was like my space, and I also was capable of who I would allow into that space. And that's not just a physical thing, it's literally a mental thing, because literally understanding that you have this brain, you have this organ inside of your body that is allowed to cut people off, cut things, not even just people, cut things off that go into your brain that you think about, and let things in that you feel is going to make you grow as a person. So major key.
This is a major key alert.
Major key right there is to know when to let something just completely go away and when to let something come in. Makes any sense? I don't know if this makes any sense at all, guys, but bear with me. So yes, but at that time that's what I was doing. I was letting things come in that I knew that were going to benefit me, and putting things out that I knew was only here for it to have a good time. Only like the things that are just like superficial. Things that are real. You do not want anything in your life that's superficial. Nothing. Because superficialness, okay, I don't think that's a word, but
you stupid.
No, not.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
I just blinked. But yeah, fakeness, which is a better term, fakeness fades away. At the end of the day, it's gone. All you really have is what's real. I mean, that's so simple. But what's real is what pushes you forward and what keeps you going, what makes the grind harder and harder every day, but it's pushing you to become the best person you can be. So, going back to that time, I started letting people in that actually were benefiting me, actually were all level-headed, all knew what they really want in life, their education wise. They know that they are trying to meet a certain level in their life and not like just living just to live. Like, you know, we're in college, so like you're just living each day by day, like homework, you know what I'm saying, like just living. But other people that are actually planning to know, like planning to get to where they're going to be and making those steps progressively. Yeah. So when you do let people into your life that you know is good for you, you kind of eliminate all the drama that could possibly happen if you were in other friendships and relationships. You begin to just also learn to see and detect negativity. You get to learn how, like, you get to start being observant of other people, because now you're in a good spot. Now you're focused on positive energy, good vibes only. You know what you are focused on, you know what you're potentially and capable of. So when you do see things that are not exactly like what you have now brought into your life, you get to detect it easily. And for someone who didn't come, like, from someone who's like learning and growing in it, it's weird, because you're like, wow, like I was actually part of that mess, like that was actually like where I was. And that's the growing process of it, because now you have learned that I don't need that in my life, you know? Like, this is what goes back to, like, making yourself happy, doing things that you really want to do. And so when you finally have got it together, and nobody has it 100% together, you're still going to be 35, 50 years old, still trying to figure yourself out, because this is just a life process. There's new things that come into your life, and new things that, you know, you have to incorporate that you probably weren't expecting. So being happy with yourself is the first step, and which goes into having other people into your life, which is growing and connecting and networking with other people to build your pool of people that are going to uplift your spirits and make you just live your best life. How do you achieve living your best life? I do not have a doctorate. I don't think anyone has a doctorate in living your best life. But like, this is not like, I don't know, this is not like therapy or anything. It is, but like, I'm not certified for therapists, but like, I can probably like ease you down the road of how like I feel living your best life should be. And I'm definitely not living my fullest best life yet, but this is my journey, and I only want to share this with people who are interested in living their best life, and I'm sure everyone's really interested in living their best life, so I welcome you into this. But yes, living your best life, I feel, is when you come to an understanding with yourself, and you come to an understanding that people are going to be people, and it's really up to you to accept it, to receive it, or to deny it and reject it. Do you see yourself being the president? Do you see yourself being these high things in your, like these mindsets, these things in your life, these dreams, these goals that you have for yourself? Are you actually pushing to achieve it? Because at the end of the day, talking about it and posting on social media, like, bro, like, I'm going to get this bag, I'm going to secure the bag, like, bro, understand that you just saying I'm going to secure the bag is not bringing the bag any closer to you. That was deep. That was deep. I'm gonna have to dab. Okay, that was deep, because honestly, like, blasting, and that's why I feel it's really like significant for you to keep the things that you are going through, to kind of keep it to yourself sometimes, because like, sweetheart, like, what if you don't secure the bag? Like, now you have told like 500,000 of your followers that you're securing the bag, but sweetheart, are you really securing the bag? So that's the thing, like, you need to understand like when to press play, when to press pause, because at the end of the day, you need to understand, like, during this process, during this journey of you securing the bag, that you're gonna have to work hard and grind, and that has its own, like, takes up time for itself, basically. So I feel like if you really are trying to secure the bag, if you really are going after your dream, your goal, that you are being persistent in it and not like taking days off where you're completely like not even thinking about it. Because if it's really your goal, if it's really your dream, like, there's really not a day or a minute that goes by where you're not really thinking like, what I'm doing right now, is that getting me closer to where I really dreamed of being or have pushed to be. So the grind is really an important part in this, throughout this whole thing. I could really use a taco. Like I said before, we all have our goals, we all have dreams that we aspire to achieve, hopefully. But the difference is, what are you going to do differently than the other person that has the same hopes and dreams as you? The same, almost maybe the same goals or same occupation as you, that's also working hard. What's going to make you achieve that goal more than they will? So I really do inspire every single one of you who is watching this video. just to write down everything and anything that you guys want to achieve, from the smallest things, because seeing it on paper is going to make it real. Not that they're not already real just because they're in their head, but when you write it down on paper, you're confirming that you want this to be true. And nobody says it's going to be easy. Nobody says it's going to not have its trials and tribulations, but it's really the grind and the push that creates a victory. So just realize that, yes, that we do want these dreams, we do want these goals, but we need to push for them. But it's really about your journey, and if you stay focused, and if you're happy with yourself, and if you have the right people around you, it all ties into each other. People that are around us, we start to absorb how they work sometimes, and like we kind of gravitate to like things that they will say, things that they do, because if someone's that close to you, obviously you guys do have some common interest and likes, so they start to like grow on you, they start to become the person that you are. But that's the thing, are those people influencing you for the better, or are they breaking you down for the worst? This is my little bit of a story time to brighten up someone's day and just to get this word out. I feel that this is very important, and sometimes people don't get to hear it from the right people. Not saying I'm the right person, but like people sometimes don't get to hear it and get to hear the realness and the rawness of it. So I'm doing this for myself as well, and for other people who are just, you know, looking for that inspirational word of the day. I want you guys to ask yourself these questions. Are you happy? Are you living your best life? Are you surrounded by people who are actually making your life different for the better? Are you doing everything you can to achieve the goals and aspirations that you do have? Are you working hard for it? Are you grinding for the dreams that you have, the goals that you have? This is an inspirational message for all of my viewers who are interested in looking to just change their mindset and become a better person. And I'm not saying that every single one of these are going to be like sure that you're going to make it in anything that you're doing, which I do hope that you do, but it's just a different way to just change your mindset, change your surroundings, and become one with yourself. Because at the end of the day, I said that phrase for like 20,000 times in this whole entire video, but I'm gonna say it again. At the end of the day, only you have yourself. Only you have your back. Only you are going to confirm that this is happening in your life. Only you have control of what you're going to do in your life. And once you let everyone else into this and have their own say in what you're going to do, you're never ever going to make it, because you're relying on people's word. You're relying on people to, you know, take you in and accept you. And you don't need acceptance from anyone else except from yourself. And if you believe in a higher being, then acceptance from that higher being. But at the end of the day, it's you. It's only you, because you're the one that's making these changes and having to go through these things. So for yourself, it's very inevitable. It's very inevitable that you do just that to make yourself one. There's going to be hardships, you know. No one's ever gone through it and just been like, yep, I made it, and like everything's perfect. Nothing is really perfect at all. So despite what you're going through and how low it may seem, it's really not. It's really not. You can achieve anything that you want. You really have to believe, and you really have to like all have connections and network with other people. That's really how the world works, in all honesty. Like, people go to college, people go to school and get straight A's, and there's people that, you know, don't do so well. But at the end of the day, if you have connections with anybody and you let your talent show and you let your gifts and your confidence show, making connections with other people is only going to bring your path and make your path brighter for your future. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys have any inspirational comments or anything that you would like to see, or things that you did like in this video, you can comment that down below and let me know what you really think about this and how you felt about the things that I said. If you really would be a great person, you would share this with some friends, anybody that you feel is having a down day, or just anyone that just wants a uplifting message, who you know really needs it, because that's really why I did this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope this opened something in your heart and made you think about if you're really doing things the way you really want to be doing them to be living your best life. So I'm going to be signing off, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and stay beautiful, and see you in my next video.